Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with the man who has created a cashback credit card for real estate, sometimes called Mr. Cashflow. How you doing, David?
I am better than I deserve to be.
That is awesome. Hey, so one of the things I think we should talk about is a vocabulary word that is often thrown about, but in my opinion, kind of misunderstood. And that is the notion of a real estate professional. I bet you get this question all the time.
All the time. Yeah, people don't understand it and don't understand how difficult it is to qualify as a real estate professional.
Yeah. So why don't you kind of give the brackets as you understand them, and I'll give you my experience with it.
The very simple definition of a real estate professional, at least the real estate professional designation as far as the IRS is concerned, is you must spend at least 50% of your active working time in real estate trades and businesses in which you are actively involved. And then number two, it must be at least 750 hours and it must be documented.
Yeah.
Because if it's not documented, they're not going to believe you.
It doesn't exist. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So let's talk about why first. So first off, the real estate professional designation, if it is legit and earned, allows you to frankly leverage the cashback credit card we joked about in the beginning. Cost segregation, bonus depreciation against income, not only passive income. However, to me, it is one of those things that's talked about at real estate meetups. It's almost made to sound too good to be true. And I think there's a lot of people that may lean towards like, hey, are you a real estate professional? Of course I am. I own rentals. How many rentals do you own? 2. What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm an engineer at Google, or I'm manufacturing at Ford, or, well, how many hours? Oh, I work 60 hours at Google. Well, let's do the math here. You are not a real estate professional. I don't think people understand. And does that sound about right?
That's pretty true. If you have a W-2 job, only one case have I ever seen somebody who had a W-2 job that actually qualified as a real estate professional, and it was because their W-2 job was only very part-time.
Yeah.
You don't qualify. And
No.
that's not to say that you can't use cost segregation and that you can't use bonus depreciation. It just, you have to use it differently.
Yes. Yeah.
Any
Absolutely.
rental income is considered passive income.
Yeah.
By becoming a real estate professional, you lose the presupposition of passive income, and it becomes active income if you can show that you are actively involved in real estate businesses and trades over 50% and over 750 hours.
Yeah. So folks, I just went through a full audit of my 2019 taxes. I got a letter, maybe it was 18. I forget. It was so long. It was 11 and a half months long. But one of the things that they challenged was, it was the first year I claimed real estate professional. First and foremost, I had no W-2. I have a portfolio of hundreds of units. I flipped that year, I think I flipped 17 homes, and I earned some real estate commission only on my transactions. That's all I had. Everything I had on my tax return was real estate, and it was still that designation. I don't know for sure that that's what triggered it. It might've been the transition from W-2 to real estate. I don't know. I will say the audit was fair. I mean, it wasn't fun. But yeah, I mean, that was one of the things that they were like, hey, prove to us that you're a real estate. I'm like, do you not see that all of these units and all of these schedules and that's all I did. Well, we need to see it. I'm like, okay. And again, I have a lawyer and an attorney who happened to be the same individual. My CPA is a licensed attorney. So he was engaged, but yeah, the real estate professional designation was a theme of debate on my tax return. It might've been 18. I forget what year.
This past year, I did a 2-hour course for CPAs teaching them about the real estate professional designation, because it's tough.
Yeah.
And we went into all kinds of court cases. In fact, there's a guy that came from One Rental at a Time who's an attorney.
Oh, nice.
And he said, "Ooh, send me all the court cases. I want to read those."
Oh my God.
He said, "I don't know if I'll qualify for this year or not, but send me all the court cases so I can read up on it."
Okay.
And he determined that based upon everything that I sent him, he would qualify this year and
Oh,
has
wow.
gone ahead and engaged us for a cost seg study.
Oh, good for him.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So again, really, the real estate investing arena is full of people who kind of push ideas or phrases or vocabulary without a deep understanding. And real estate professional is one of those things that I think can catch you if you're not careful. So again, I will reiterate something you said earlier. If you have a W-2, certainly if you're full-time W-2, you're not going to qualify. I have seen cases where you're a married couple, one of you works, one of you doesn't. That could be helpful.
If the spouse qualifies, that's great. Yeah.
There you go. But let's not kid ourselves. You've really got to qualify. They're going to audit. They're going to check. I've been through an audit that took 11 and a half months. It was fair. It wasn't enjoyable. It was fair. But yeah, they will ask lots and lots and lots of questions.
And I gotta say too, in the people that I've talked to, I hear a lot, well, you know, I have a CPA, or I have a tax professional, but I don't think they know a whole lot about real estate.
There you go.
If you're a real estate investor, especially if you're planning on trying to get the real estate professional designation, you must have a tax professional who understands, and should I say, specializes in real estate.
Absolutely.
I work with a bunch of them across the country. It's not like there's a shortage of them or anything. There are guys that's what they do. That's all they do.
Yeah.
And they understand real estate backwards and forwards. Now, if that tax professional says you qualify, okay, then you qualify because they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, I want to reiterate that there's a lot of tax accountants out there that can do your taxes, like was it Quicken or something, that are just taking your W-2, maybe some stocks, and I don't know, maybe itemizing your taxes. But if you're going to be a real estate investor, multiple locations, all of these things, at some point you want to go to a real estate agent. Somebody who is on my channel occasionally is Bob Langworthy. He's from Maine. Maine is in the state. Bean counters. He is someone I've talked to many times. And he and you paired up. I actually did a video with him after our conversations going, Bob, you're a CPA. You know real estate. Tell everybody what this means. So you two have complemented each other really well.
Yeah. And if people need to find a tax professional who specializes in real estate, I can certainly put them onto some people.
Sure.
I can recommend some people to them. I'm sure you can as well. You know, don't guess, because
don't guess.
If you're taking all of your documents and you're going to Walmart and sitting down with somebody at one of those retail places, they don't know. They're just going to do whatever you tell them. And if you get audited, that's on you. So we want to make sure a cost segregation study, bonus depreciation is not going to trigger an audit. But if you elect the real estate professional designation incorrectly, it will trigger an audit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And IRS does not lose.
No.
You know, on those kinds of things. They
again, it triggered an audit for me. I'm sure that was the thing.
I saw a tax court case where the IRS challenged it because the person's documentation was all in the same ink color. And they said, if you're keeping contemporaneous records through the year, don't you think you'd use different pens?
Wow. Yeah, I want to be respectful of the IRS. I think they do what they have to do. I think there's a lot of people cheating. This was my first year-long audit. It was not fun, but it was fair. And I got the letter, thankfully, because my accountant always asked me, how close to the line you want to be? I'm like, dude, I don't want to be standing on the line. So I'm sure I pay a little more than I'm supposed to, but getting the audit complete with a letter that says you owe nothing was awesome. So I appreciated that. Shout out John for taking care of me. Thanks, buddy. That's my accountant's name, John. So David, how can people reach out to you if they want to have these discussions?
Text me at 770-367-8091 or send me an email at david.wiener, W-I-E-N-E-R. Remember, I before E except after C. David.wiener at Cost Segregation Services. Happy to answer questions, run a free estimate for anybody, point you in the direction of a good tax accountant, whatever you need. I'm happy to help. Part of the rental at a time family. So
absolutely. Created stuff for the course, bonus material. I call it the cashback credit card for real estate. It's why I'm not selling anything I buy this year, because I'm doing cost seg on everything. David, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure, always.